Hello chess lovers. Today I'm gonna show you my game against the chess engine Chessmaster. In this game I was rated 1772 and the Chessmaster engine was rated 1815. This game was played under 1 hour time control with 10 seconds increment per move, and I chose this game because this game is important from the opening perspective. I will show you how important it is to make correct moves in the opening, because small inaccuracies in the opening can cost you a game. But that doesn't mean that we should go on memorizing all the opening moves, but we should only understand the opening principles and try to stick with them in our games. So I was playing with white in this game and I started with e4, e5 from the chess master, knight to f3, knight to c6, bishop to b5 and a6, and we are into the Spanish opening. Bishop a4, knight f6, white castles, and bishop to e7 with the idea to capture the pawn on e4 that is defended with rook to e1 move, and here black castles king side, and this is a slight inaccuracy. Better move in this position is b5, and only after bishop to b3 black should castle. Okay, the sequence is important because after rook to e1 and black castles king side, black will lose pawn in this variation. Bishop takes knight on c6, pawn takes bishop, and knight takes pawn on e5. So black has lost a pawn in opening itself due to the slight inaccuracy. Bishop to c5, c3 preparing for the d4 advance, bishop d6, knight f6, f3, and here black played bishop g4, which is a disaster because now e5 comes with a fork. Bishop takes f3 and g takes f3 was played in this position. Let's go back. Queen takes f3 is also a good move, but then black can play rook to e8 and white cannot take the bishop or knight, because then black will play rook takes e1 check, and that will be a mate. So white should play d4 and bishop f8, knight to d2, queen d5, queen d3, queen to e6, and knight to f3. And this variation is very good for white, but in this variation white cannot win a piece, so I didn't go for that. And after bishop takes f3 I played g takes f3, and there is a slight downside of this move. G takes f3, it weakens the pawn structure on the white king side, but since I am winning a piece in this variation for a pawn, I was not much concerned about this weak pawn structure, and therefore I went for g takes f3. Bishop takes e5, rook takes bishop, queen d3 preventing the d4 advance, and here I played rook to e3 attacking the queen. Let's go back. I also considered this queen e2 variation, and here black can play queen g6 check, king h1, knight to d5, d4, f6, and rook to e4, and this variation is very good for white, but in the game I played rook to e3, which is also a good move. queen to f5, d4, queen g6 check, king h1, rook f2 e8. And if I had taken the rook on e8, then black's rook on a8 will come to e8, that will be centralized, so I avoided that and I let black to capture my rook, because then my bishop will be developed to e3. So I did not go for rook exchange at this point, and instead I played queen to g1. And here I had a very simple idea in my mind. Since I was a piece up, I decided to go ahead for exchanging all the pieces, because uh, whenever you are a material advantage, you are ahead in material, you should go ahead with exchanging your pieces and move into the end game, because from there it will be very easy to convert the game into a victory. So with that simple idea in mind, I played queen to g1 move, black played c5, queens were exchanged, pawn takes pawn, rook a to d8 with the rook d1 check threat, winning a piece. And here I played knight to d2, and there were a couple of points in my mind, that's why I played knight to d2. So I would like to show you that. Let's make some random moves for black in this position, like h5, then white can play knight to b3, and after rook d1 check, king g2, another random move c6, and here white can play bishop to d2, forcing the exchange of rooks, and this will be better for white. With that idea in my mind, I played knight to d2. Here black played rook takes rook on e3, pawn takes rook, g5, knight b3, going ahead with the plan, g4, pawn takes pawn, knight takes pawn. And here my bishop on c1 is stuck because of the pawn on e3, and since the bishop cannot move, the rook is also stuck on a1. That's why I decided to sacrifice the pawn with the e4 move. And with this e4 move, the white bishop will liberate very quickly. And here black played knight to f2 check, and after king g2, black took that pawn on e4. And here I played bishop to f4, attacking the pawn on c7. It was defended with rook c8, rook e1, attacking the knight, knight to f6. And here I was planning to attack the c7 pawn with the second piece, that is rook to e7, but then black has this fork, knight to d5, and white has to retreat the rook to e4 square. And in this position white will be in the defensive mode, so that will lose the tempo. So I did not go for rook to e7 in this position, and instead played bishop to g3, avoiding any knight forks. And only after g6 move I played rook to e7, attacking the pawn again. And here black offered the exchange of rooks, and in this position I could have taken the pawn on c7, but I preferred the rook exchange. And after rook takes rook, knight takes rook, we are at the move 30 in the position in the game. And on move 64 I checkmated black, that is 34 moves from this position, but I'm not gonna go over all the remaining moves, because in this position I am a piece up, and from this position onwards it is a very easy win for white. So I'm gonna stop this video here, and that's all for this video, and I hope you got something out of it, and I will see you again in my next video. Until then, goodbye.